Greetings chess players. Let me introduce you to something. The Maroczy Bind. Accelerated Dragon players hate this one opening, nay, they fear it. Source: me. I'm an Accelerated Dragon player and I hate this opening. You see, the only plan I know in this opening is to play d5, and the whole point of the Maroczy Bind is to stop d5. Once that happens I have no idea what to do. I think I'd have to learn, gasp. Positional chess. When we look at the Masters database on Lichess, it sits at the top with a whopping 56% play rate, with black winning less than 20% of the games. Isn't that messed up? Who would create such a horrible thing? Now, I'm not saying this is the worst invention since the atomic bomb, but when you really think about it. Ahem, moving on, luckily the Maroczy Bind is not played often at lower levels. When sorting Lichess for under 2000 rated games it drops below 10% play rate even though it clearly scores well, so I thought why not give it a try. The game starts e4 c5 knight f3 and my opponent plays g6, the hyper-accelerated dragon. Damn, that's a cool name. Anyways, the Maroczy Bind still works just the same for this opening. d4c takes, knight takes, bishop g7, and in a classic case of hurt people I inflict upon others the pain in which has been inflicted upon me, the Maroczy Bind. 2 moves later and my choice pays off in the form of some sort of mental damage. They may have lost their mind and lashed out in anger because e5 is most definitely not a move you want to play in the dragon structures. It blocks in their best piece as well as leaves a massive hole on d6. I happily jump my knight over to b5, eyeing the unstoppable check on d6 since the bishop has already left the diagonal. My opponent throws in a check which does nothing but help me to develop my knight to a square it wanted to go to anyways. I deliver the check to deny the opponent's castling rights, and now their light square bishop as well as their rooks have no easy way into the game. At this point the only thing on my mind is to castle and open up the file towards the enemy king. I do that by playing f4. In the meantime my opponent decides to trade off their best piece for my worst piece and I gladly take that deal. After bishop takes e5 my opponent finally threatens to get rid of that annoying knight, but they give up mate in 2 different ways, both of which I failed to find because I'm a disgusting pig. Sorry, that was wrong, I'm a pawn, a disgusting pawn. Rook takes f7 and bishop h6 both lead to the same mating pattern. Instead I play knight takes f7, which is still completely winning as I attack the rook and threaten a discovery at the same time. I sidestep the check and my opponent covers the discovery with their knight, so I capture their rook, which also pins and wins another piece. Finally my opponent lets me put them out of their misery and my queen takes the credit for all the work that was done by the other pieces. Just like how I'm going to credit this win to my brilliant moves rather than my opponent's horrible play. Cheers.